Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No, dude. Dang, son. Oh yeah. Eat it all the way.
What is going on, ADUB gang? And happy 4th of July. I know not all of you are in the United States, but a good portion of you are probably from the United States of America. Just like me, I am very grateful to live in such a great country. And since it is July 4th, we are going to be doing a video based on the holiday. This is actually my first holiday slash special event video, and I'm pretty excited to get it going. So let's go ahead, hop right into it. I was super excited to film this video because I actually had an antique spinnerbait. I'm not really sure where I got it from, but I had an antique spinnerbait. It was red, white, and blue, and it had stars painted on it. It was like the coolest thing ever. I've been saving it to do a July 4th fishing challenge, but I actually cannot find it. I was super bummed out, but then I had an even better idea. I was like, well, how about we just make our own American fishing lure? Let's just make a red, white, and blue lure. So what we're going to do today is go through some old plastics and stuff that I have, try to make something red, white, and blue, and then we're gonna go to the pond and try to catch something on it. So let's go ahead, take a look at the things we have to use to make this bait, and we'll see what we can get cooking up over here in the ADUB garage. So in here is my secret stash. This is where I used to throw all of my soft plastics. Literally everything you can imagine is probably in here. We have flukes, we have Cincos, we have trick worms, we have swim baits, we have everything. These are all torn or old plastics, but I think we're gonna be able to find something red, white, and blue in here. Definitely white, definitely blue. Red might be an issue, but I think we can find something. And well, look, there we go. There's a red right there. We should be good. Let's go ahead, dig in here, see if we can find a couple items, and see what we can put together. One idea that I did have is using one of these swim baits as a part of a worm, almost like a speed worm or something like that. Have a paddle tail on the end of the worm, because most of the white baits in here are flukes or are swim baits. I really don't have any worms that are white, so we're gonna go ahead and grab this swim bait right here. We're gonna use this on the end of a worm. Now we need to get something for the body, which is going to have to be red and blue. I also just found this little split-tailed white piece. This actually came off of like a chatterbait trailer, I'm pretty sure. But this actually might be kind of cool, so we're gonna go ahead and grab this too. That might come in handy. I didn't even notice this because there's lizards in here, but that's a dead lizard, and those are so many dead spiders. These things got in here and just died. I was about to put my hand right there, and there's just a dead lizard and a ton of dead spiders. That is super creepy. I had no idea those things were in here. I need to be careful where I'm digging around. Our reds, basically the best selection we have is just these red worms. I really don't use that many red lures, so I think this is probably gonna be about the best thing that we can find in here. Might be able to find something else, but I think this is gonna be our go-to, so we'll go ahead and grab 2 or 3 of these, and we'll use these things. I found a couple different items. Actually found a white lizard, found these blue worms. These things are gonna be perfect. Found some old Cincos, some chunk trailers. A lot of these are black and blue, but we'll just say that it's blue just because I just use black and blue the most. And then I also found this really cool red shad worm. This actually is one of my favorite colors. Whenever I used to throw these worms all the time, I would always throw this. So that might be pretty good today too. We're gonna go ahead, take these inside, get them washed up in the sink, and then we're gonna come back out here, see if we can cook something up in the kitchen. All right, get the sleeves rolled on up. We've got our reds right here, we've got our whites right here, we've got our blues right here. I'm now on the GoPro, that way I can use both my hands. The only tool I think we're gonna need is this lighter. I'm pretty sure I can just melt these things together. Not 100% sure. Oh, we also need a knife. We need a knife, hold on. I know the exact perfect one. This is a little bit overkill for the situation, but I think it's gonna work out just fine. Oh yeah, perfect. Big old 9-inch fillet knife, solid. Yeah, that's what we need right there, buddy. All right, now we've got our knife so we can chop up our lures. So for the basic one, I think I'm just gonna do a trick worm style bait. I kind of just wanna make it straight. So we're just gonna take one of these red ones right here. I think what I'm gonna try to do is make 6 or 7-inch worms. I feel like that's a pretty good size. So I actually have this tournament ruler right here. I'm just gonna go off the 10-inch mark. We're just gonna try to make it to 16 inches, 17 inches, something like that. So since we have 3 pieces, I'm gonna cut this one. We'll cut it at about 12.5. Cut it about 12.5 right there. Okay, all we need is that top piece. Now we've got our red. Now, we're gonna make it red, white, and blue, but I'm not really gonna arrange the colors any certain way. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a blue piece in the middle
Not sure if I want to use a Cinco piece or not. Yeah, that looks pretty good right there. We'll just use that one. Okay, and then for our last piece, let's put on this little split tail trailer. That makes it right at 17 inches, about 7 inches. That looks pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this melted together, see how it turns out. That was a little hot. Dang, son, we melted on the counter. I'm not really sure how this is supposed to work. It's just not really working out for me like I was expecting. We may have to just go with the old super glue route. Not really sure. I'm just not too confident that this is really going to work that great and hold together. That's the big issue, is getting it to hold together. Screw this, let's just go get some super glue. I have some right over here. We're gonna go get super glue. Hopefully this will speed up the process. All right, this is what we need right here. We got our super glue. This thing is actually getting close to being out, so we have to be very careful about how much we use. So I don't know, hopefully it'll last at least to get a couple lures. I want to try to get 3, so if we can get 3, I'll be a happy boy. So since we've got our super glue now, I'm actually gonna just cut these pieces, make them kind of fresh new ends, so I think they can stick together pretty good. All we're gonna do, take a little bit of this super glue, hold one of the pieces, just drop a little dab right there on the end. A little dab will do you know. Then we're just gonna put that other piece on there, let it sit. I gotta hold it. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm just gonna have to hold it for a couple seconds until that stuff will dry. Usually super glue works really well on soft plastics, so we'll see. I think it's gonna work out pretty good. It's almost dried. We're gonna go ahead and put this white piece on now. Ooh, my fingers are a little close to the top. Don't want to get super glue. We're gonna go ahead and put this white piece on. Let it sit, so that way this bait can be drying while we go ahead and make another one. So we're gonna go ahead and let this one sit, and we'll start constructing a new one. All right, so the next one I want to make is definitely gonna be one with a swim bait tail. We're gonna use the white swim bait tail on the end, and I'm thinking about using another Cinco. That way the thickness is kind of the same. You can see how it kind of matches thickness, and just putting that on there like that. We might just make this a smaller bait, just kind of make it like, I don't know, maybe we should make it like a worm. Let's just go ahead and we'll piece this together, and then we'll stick a little red piece on the tip. We'll make it similar to this one, see how that turns out. All right, our other one is drying, but this one is about done. It's kind of ugly, but I think it's gonna work. I don't really know. It's kind of cool, but it's kind of ugly. I don't know, we're gonna give it a shot, but that is one complete. I want to go ahead and get 2 more, that way we can have 3 different selections, and then we'll go ahead and go test them out. I think for this one, what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to make it more like a swim bait. So we're going to just use a little piece of the blue. We'll go ahead and cut that, and then we're going to use a little piece of the red. So I'm just going to take a smaller piece of this red. We'll just actually use this end down here. Take a little small piece of red. If I can even connect that in there. That's a little small. All right, what we have just come up with is the Fluke Swimmer 9000. We have got a fluke right here, a piece of a trick worm, a piece of a Cinco, and a piece of a swim bait. So this one actually includes 4 different pieces instead of 3, like in this one. This is kind of a long swim bait. It's kind of funny, but I think it'll actually get eaten. There's a lot of grass over here at this pond that I'm going to go to, so it might actually pay off. I don't know. It's pretty cool though. I'm just having fun, just messing around, building these things. We've still got one more bait that we can go ahead and make, so we'll figure out what we're going to do for that, but I'm just having a lot of fun making these. My next idea includes this lizard right here. What I actually want to do is cut off this tail, add in a blue tail, which will actually look really, really cool, and then I think for the head, we'll actually use a piece of the red worm and make a red head on here. I think that'll look pretty cool. Let's go ahead and build it, and then I'll show you guys what I come up with.
All right, boys, this is what we have come up with. These are our 3 lures right here. I decided to move them to the concrete so that way we can see a little bit better. But this is gonna be the Pro Paddler 9000. We have got a fluke, a trick worm, a Cinco, and a swim bait, all included into this package right here. This bait comes in at a whopping 5.5 inches, solid. So that is bait number 1. Bait number 2, we have got the Tail Splitter 7000. This thing is coming in at a whopping 6.5 inches. This right here is a trick worm, Cinco, and a split tail trailer. And my favorite, right here we have the Creepy Crawler 5000. This thing right here is coming in at a whopping 5.25 inches. This is a trick worm, a lizard, and a curly-tailed worm, all included into one. This one is my personal favorite. Go ahead, leave a comment down below and let me know which one of these is your favorite. All right, so these are the 2 setups we are going to be rocking today. We have got a Mach 2 right here. We have got a Crush right here. We are actually going to be rigging this one up with a 6-cent swim bait hook. If you guys want to go get one, you can use my code ADUB10, get 10% off. But we're going to be using that hook with the swim bait Fluke 3000, whatever I called it, the Fluke 3000. Then we're going to be using the Creepy Crawler on a weightless hook. So those are our 2 options we're going to use. I'm also going to carry this one with me, and we're going to go ahead, go over here to the pond, see if we can catch anything. I think it's going to be good. We'll see. Let's go ahead, get over there. So I had actually walked over here yesterday, and I actually caught a fish just kind of messing around, but I actually saw a couple fish whenever I came over here. I saw like a 4-pounder cruising, and also saw like a smaller 2-pounder and a 1-pounder cruising in and out of all of this grass. You can, it's not even really grass, this vegetation. It's just like nasty pond scum, and these fish have just been kind of cruising around under it. And I did catch a fish. Oh my gosh, those bluegill just came up to hammer this thing. This thing actually doesn't look too bad in the water. It kind of spins over, but dang, it actually kind of looks pretty cool. But like I was saying, these fish are just hanging out underneath all of this vegetation. So hopefully if I can bring this thing in and out or on top, hopefully they'll come up and eat it. That's what we're really hoping for. Tell you what, if it was smaller, these bluegill would be hammering it because they are definitely paying attention to it. The dang bluegill are going crazy, dude. Oh, there's a small bass. Really small bass, but he was chasing it. He was chasing it. Let's walk around a little bit, see if we can see any. I'm seeing some small ones right now, but they're not big enough to eat this thing. So we need to find a bass big enough that can eat it. Find a big enough bass. That's our quest right now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And he missed it. How did he miss it? Oh my, he didn't miss it that time. Did not miss it that time. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. That is insane. We just caught that on the freaking American fishing lure, and that thing is still holding up. Oh my gosh. That was the craziest blow up of my life. This fish came out of nowhere and absolutely hammered it. That was so crazy, guys. That is so crazy. Look at that. Nice, healthy fish. And look at our bait. Still intact. Look at that. That is so crazy. That's like probably within the first 20 casts, I've already got a fish. That's just insane. I'm super stoked for that. That just made my whole day right there. That's so awesome. Let's go ahead and get this guy back. Gotta give her a gentle little toss, get her past this grass. That's so crazy. That fish came back for it. I can't even believe it came back for it, because it came the first time and missed. Threw it back in there and ate it again.
That was like the craziest thing ever. That was crazy. Thank you, Lord. That's all I can say on that one. Thank you, Lord. Let's go ahead and see if we can get another one. I want to throw that swim bait, but I just don't know if it's clear enough right here. I might have to go throw it in the other pond because there's so much grass here. So I don't know. We're going to give it a shot. See if we can get another one. That was crazy. So crazy. On a red, white, and blue lure. Heck yeah. Happy 4th of July. So freaking cool. Oh my gosh, big bass. Big bass. Oh my gosh, I just scared it off. No way, dude. Big bass. It's like a 3-pounder. Oh my gosh, please, baby. Please, baby. I don't know where it went. That's a freaking good one though, dude. Oh yes. Oh, it just went towards it. It just went towards it. That's a big one. I can't believe I'm seeing these fish like this. So crazy. They're just cruising around in all this vegetation, looking for an easy meal. He is a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. He is a tough little fish. He is just being stubborn. He's like, screw you and screw your red, white, and blue lures. He doesn't want a part of it. He's like, I'm a big bass and I don't need you. All right, I just put on this other bait, this split-tailed worm type deal. We're gonna see if this thing will fish like a weightless trick worm. That's what I'm really hoping it will do, but I just don't really know. Oh. The bluegill are going crazy. They just grabbed the tails. I think if I can get this in front of that bass, I think he'll eat it. I just gotta wait for him to show up again. So I don't know where he went. My stupid GoPro keeps overheating. I just really don't know why, besides the fact that it's just 500,000 degrees outside. I'm actually dripping sweat right now, but I'm honestly not that hot. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, I don't feel that hot. I'm just sweating really, really bad. So I don't know. We're gonna stay out here. I'm determined to get one, at least one more on a different lure. Like, I'm freaking determined to do it. Like, it's gonna happen. So till that happens, we're camping out. I'm halfway in this stupid little tree branch. There we go. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No, dude. No, dude. Really? I just missed one. I just watched him come up to eat it. I'm not even kidding. That was a decent fish. It was like a 2-pounder. No, dude. Come on. He just didn't eat it all the way. Dang it. How? Now I got a freaking brim. Gosh, that sucks so bad. I literally watched the bass come up and grab it. That means they will eat it. That was my fault. I should have waited. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Oh my gosh, please eat it all the way. Oh my gosh, we got him. Oh no. Oh no, that's not a bass. That's a freaking crappie, dude. That is not a bass. What the freak? I can't believe I just caught this. Why the heck would this thing eat this? I don't get it. Stop. Stop. What the freak? That's not what we were going for. Maybe that's what hit me the first time. Maybe that's why I missed it. Maybe it was a crappie. I have no idea. That's crazy. I can't believe that just happened. Whatever. I mean, they're aggressive. They have a bigger mouth than a bluegill. I just haven't caught one out here in so long. It's actually been so freaking long since I've caught one. That's kind of crazy. That's like my first crappie or crappie or whatever you want to call it this year. First one of the year. There he goes. It was kind of tough for me to get that hook out of his mouth. I'm not even gonna lie. It took me a hot minute, but I don't know. Maybe there's more. I think the crappie usually spawn around this time of the year. I caught them out of here one time when they were spawning. I caught like 200 in a day. It was pretty insane. But I don't know if that's like going on right now or if that's like a different time of the year. Dude, something else just freaking hammered me. I don't know if that's right now or not. If it is right now, then it might just turn into a crappy sleigh fest right now, but that's interesting. That counts as a fish. I'm gonna count that. If we don't catch another one on this, that one counts. Now we just gotta get one on the swim bait, which might be kind of difficult. It's a lot bigger bait. I don't know. It doesn't, I don't know. It looks really good, but I just don't know about those colors. Dang, son. Some just got smoked up underneath that freaking mat. There's a bass right there. A little small one. Oh, oh yeah. Eat it. Eat it all the way. Eat it all the way. Eat it all the way. I can't tell if he has the hook. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah. My camera just overheated in the process of me landing this fish, but I think you guys got me catching it on GoPro. I watched this guy. I said, yep, there's a little bass right there. And then he actually ate it. And then I saw him. I kept watching him with my glasses, and I could see when he actually ate it all the way. That's when I set the hook. But this fish is literally the size of my worm. Like, I'm pretty sure they're the exact same size. But look at how big of a freaking chunk that is. That is a fat freaking boy right there. That is a meaty boy. Not gonna lie. We're gonna go ahead and get this guy back. But first, I think I'm gonna make a TikTok. If you guys want to follow me on the TikTok, go ahead, hit it up at ADUB fishing. All right, let's go ahead and throw this little guy back. Little dinker rooster. But hey, that's a bass and a crappie on that worm, the split tail 5,000, 100,000 thing. So yeah, let's go ahead and throw the swim bait around some right here. Then we might go move over there, but that is like the worst covered spot out of the whole pond. But it might end up paying off. I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be very tough. But we have knocked out 2 lures. All we need to do is knock out 1 more. This is the final countdown. I'm just kidding.
All right, everybody, I said screw this. Let's go back to the house. Couldn't get one on that swim bait, but we did get one on the other 2 lures, so I'm pretty freaking excited about that. Really excited about that, actually. And we caught our first crappie of the year, so that's pretty cool too. We're gonna go ahead, go inside, get cooled off. It is so hot out here. So I'm super excited to go get me a bottle of water. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. Go catch them.